Hey Facebook, it's Anna here. How you doing? Hello. Alright, I'm going for a little walk. I want to tell you about the most incredible way to completely stuff up your entire business. It's just amazing. And I know it sounds really stupid, but it's still happening. It's still happening all the time. It happened to me just yesterday, / this morning. And it's just like, how I don't understand. Are people still being taught this? Or is this just something that people are coming up by themselves? I don't know. But either way, it has to be explained. So say hey if you're jumping on. Might have a seat actually, because otherwise I'll just end up walking really, really far. Make sure you guys got a good view. Maybe some nice sunlight. You can see beautiful blue sky we got going on, which is awesome. But yeah, make sure, say hey if you're jumping on, and let me know what you're up to. All right. Okay. First, before I forget, because I will forget, today's the last day to get into the Lifestyle Design Mastermind. So we launch officially. Yes, Belle knows exactly where I am. It is a great view. Yes, so Lifestyle Design Mastermind is launching tomorrow. Registration is only going to be open for 24 hours and then it gets shut off and you can't get in until I reopen, which I don't know when I'm going to be reopening. So you need to get in now. If you get in now, then you will be there when we launch. You'll get the registration link and you'll be able to get started. We're going to have our week 1 training coming up later this week. Oh, thank you. Thanks, Belle. I just thought you were being sarcastic because you know, like, where I am and you know this street so well. Yes, well, thank you. That's lovely of you to say. So yes, we'll have 24 hours to get registered once we launch tomorrow. So you want to get into the group now, and that way, once that begins, you'll get the link. We'll get started. We've got a training coming up later this week, which I kind of already explained a little bit about what the week 1 training is going to be about. Masculine and feminine energies and what this means, how it relates to you, how to know if you're out of balance, all that kind of stuff. It's going to be really, really awesome. So yes, I've popped the link in there. Make sure you jump in. Like I said, today's the last day to get in, and then tomorrow we officially launch, we officially get started, and you'll only get 24 hours to get registered. So make sure you're in there. Now, let me explain to you the number 1 most incredible way that you can absolutely ruin your business, repel the most amazing, incredible people, and draw in exactly the kind of people that you probably don't think you want, and you think that you're working well, right? And this is something that it's still kind of surprising to me that this still happens, right? But it does, and I know it does, but it's still a bit shocking to me. And I know that a lot of people maybe, I don't know if people are still being taught this or whether it's just something that they think they need to do or what it is, but I'm just going to say it in case anyone out there is being taught this or anyone out there is getting, I don't know, this idea that this is how to do it. I'm going to explain it anyway. And what I'm talking about is cold spamming people about your product, your service, whatever it is, people who have never asked to know more about it, right? Like, I don't add people to my groups. I don't add people into the Lifestyle Design Mastermind who don't want to be there, purely because I know that the people that need to be there are going to know that they need to be there, and they need to be in this amazing group and in this amazing space and growth and everything like that. There would be no point in me adding people into there who haven't asked to be in there. And so this thing happened to me yesterday, which I was still, I guess, a bit shocked, where people literally cold spam you, and a lot of them will even be, you know, they will have been taught how to form a bit of a connection and to, you know, message you on Messenger and be like, hey, I love your page, you know, really resonate with what you say, and almost seemingly to come from a genuine place, right? And it's just purely because I've been in this position for so long that I'm very well aware. I can just tune into the energy and I can feel straight away that it's not genuine, but some of the time I'll still kind of play along and keep going, and sure enough, they will, you know, try and pretend that they care about you, right? And you can tell that they're pretending because you can tell by the things that they're saying. And then as soon as they finally get to the point where they have the balls enough to just pitch you something and basically be like, do you want this? Can I add you into this group? Do you want this product? Do you want information on this? And you politely refuse because you say, well, no, that's not me. That doesn't resonate with me. Thanks. they just block you, right? They just completely, you go back and there's no reply, there's nothing like that. They've just literally blocked you, unfriended you, whatever, after spending all this time and energy talking to you and building up a rapport with you and making a connection. And then they just block you. And here's the thing, when I don't know, I know a lot of people probably got taught this a long time ago, and it was just the whole idea of like, it's about the numbers, just get as many eyeballs on your stuff as possible, don't worry about it, the right people will come to you, blah, blah, blah. The problem with that is the energy behind it, right? There's nothing genuine about it. The people that you attract are therefore are not going to be genuine. They're not actually going to care about your service or your product or whatever it is, because you don't care about them. How can you possibly attract anyone who cares, anyone who is genuine, anyone who has any kind of authenticity, which is what you say you want, right? You want people that are, in your script, in your spiel, you're saying, oh, I want passionate, driven, strong-willed, motivated, all that kind of stuff, people that are really heart-centered, that kind of stuff. And then the moment someone says, oh, no thanks, to a pitch that you gave them that they didn't even ask for, to be really, really clear. This isn't even like, me reaching out and saying, hey, I'd like more info like people do to me about the 90% automated platform I use, right? It's not even that. It's literally just out of nowhere. You've approached them, and when you say, oh, no thanks, I'm not interested, you just block them and just go and just disappear and just go poof. And that's the thing, right? It's not even about you're getting through numbers or whatever it is. It's truly about the energy behind it, which is a big part of the training that we're going to be doing in the Lifestyle Design Mastermind this week, actually, the whole masculine, feminine energy. And it's that idea of just, if you just get enough eyeballs on it, if you just put it out enough, if you just push through it, if you just get, just treat everyone like a number, just treat everyone like quantity, just keep going, and eventually someone will say yes. And it's such an old school way of looking at it. It's such a 80s, door-to-door salesman way of looking at it, which was awesome in the 80s, right? We were not fully fledged into the information age, into the technology age, into having everything at our fingertips age, right? If people want information, they can find it now. They can come to you. They can ask for it. If you're going to them and if you're actually going to engage with them, you're going to have to build some kind of a relationship with them, and it has to be genuine, right? Don't reach out to people and just have your little spiel and have your, fake little smiles and all that kind of stuff for as long as you keep it up until they say no, and then you just disappear. You might think that has no repercussions. You're like, well, fine, they said no, I'm moving on. But your energy speaks volumes that you don't actually have any kind of vested interest in these people. You didn't actually have any kind of interest in what they're doing whatsoever. It was all surface, all crap, all for show, basically. And the energy behind that speaks volumes, and it will translate in your business, and you will constantly keep attracting people while you're sitting there on your little high perch saying, oh, I want authentic, amazing, happy, motivated, driven, passionate people, but I'm actually inauthentic. I'm actually completely surface level. I don't actually care about anyone. I just want this all for myself. And that's exactly what you're going to attract back. If you think that you can fake it for so long, and then it all will come undone in a really, really big way. So if for whatever reason you are doing this, or you know someone who is doing this, or whatever, feel free to share this video, right? And this is something that I guess happens a lot, mostly I guess, a lot of like MLM network marketing type people, which again, I've never had anything against MLM. I really don't. I think it's amazing, and I think people are incredible for going after what they want, and that's absolutely beautiful. And there's people that are running their businesses in incredible, motivating, inspiring and engaging ways, right? So it's not this or anything like that, but I think it is still something that just got taught from such a long time ago, and a lot of people are still getting taught this, that it's just numbers, just keep just pushing it out, and you get to a stage where you're just wondering, well, why does everybody hate me? That's why, because at no point did you actually decide that you care about these people whatsoever. So that's it. Belle, I added people to my new page, but I'm not selling anything. I have no issue if people don't want to stay, but I think you need a base of support, friends, to start. Well, pages and groups are different as well, Belle. Like pages, you can actually invite people to like your page, right? So you can actually just send them an invite like you did to me, right? And then I go on the page and I have a look and I go, okay, does this resonate with me? And I click like, or I don't, whatever. Groups, however, you can't do that. So groups, it will come through as like it'll come through as if you're inviting them, and that's what it'll actually say. It'll say invite people to group, but it automatically drops them in, automatically actually adds them in. And then, and then the person gets a message that says, so-and-so has invited you to their group, but in fact what it means is that you've already been added without your permission, right? And then you have to go in and leave and stuff. And that's a funny thing, like that's, I was chatting to someone else yesterday who's quite obviously in like the MLM or network marketing realm, which is fine. And she was absolutely amazing and genuine and everything like that. And completely the opposite to this person who ended up blocking me, right? Because when it got to the stage where she actually said, oh, would you want to check out the group I've got? And I said, yeah, you know what, drop me in, I'll have a look. And I couldn't get into the group, which we figured out was most likely because someone else who was in the same business as her had dropped me into that group a long time ago. If you don't know, you can actually leave groups permanently. So when someone drops you in without you actually saying yes, you can actually just go in where you click to leave group. Instead of clicking leave group, you click more options. And then under that will come up leave group permanently. And that literally means no one can re-add you into that group, right? Which is what I do every time someone adds me into a group that I didn't ask to be added into. I will always leave the group permanently, just on principle, I guess. Right, got you. Guess it's a bit different, but you still have a great point. You need to be genuine. Thank you. Yeah, absolutely. Need to be genuine. And so once you do leave, that group, then you're out of there for good. And so this other person that was messaging me was trying to add me into this group after chatting to me and actually, building a bit of a connection. And I said to her, I'm like, look, I reckon what's happened is someone's added me into this group probably in the past and they didn't ask my permission. And so I would have left the group permanently and now I can't be added back in. And you know what she did? She's like, yep, cool. That's probably what happened. And I'm like, oh, look, wasn't meant to be. That's all right. And then she did and said, yeah, cool. I was really, so glad that we chatted. I'm so glad that we've connected. I'm so glad that, we've taken this time, even though it hasn't, got her the sale in the end or whatever. And I'm like, how hard was that? How hard was that to just say, it's awesome to connect with you. Thanks for the chat. And guess what? Now I know this person's name. Now I will remember this person's name. Now I may reach out to them in the future, as opposed to just basically burning your bridges as you go along because everything's a number and it doesn't actually matter, right? It's just like, get through it as fast as you can. No, everyone's not a number. Everyone's a person. So that's what I have to say about that. I'd love to know your take on it. I'd love to know your take on it and what you think in terms of, have you done this in the past? Has it worked well for you? Do you still believe that, it's a great idea to add people into your group, without their permission? Because I know a few people do. I don't really see why, but I'd love to, hear why you think that's a good idea. It's always a different approach, and everybody can do it themselves. But from experience and from the people that I resonate with, it's always a case of if you are genuine about what you do, you wouldn't be doing that, right? People would be coming to you. You would actually be attracting your tribe. You wouldn't be having to force people into your tribe. That's what resonates with me. So that is that. I'm going to leave it there and I will talk to you guys really soon. Remember, you need to get into the Lifestyle Design Mastermind today if you want to be in there tomorrow when it launches. It'll only be open for 24 hours, then it'll get closed off again. So make sure that you are in there. Pop the link up above. You can request to join, check out all the details, check out the announcement post and everything in there now. And then tomorrow we officially launch. So can't wait to see you in there. If this resonates with you, it's going to be so much fun. It's going to be so powerful and such an incredible tribe of just superstar badasses going after the lifestyle that they want by design, not by default. Cannot wait to see you in there. Have an amazing rest of the day. And remember, live life on purpose. Bye.